Hey everybody, it's Adam here with Max2 again, and today we're going to be taking a look at a kind of overlooked product from Liteline, and that is the A-beam track. And specifically, we're going to talk about what problem this solves today and why you would use it over their standard track lighting. So, getting right into it, you're going to use the A-beam track or think about using it anytime you have a suspension installation where you need to suspend the track from the ceiling, and why you wouldn't use a standard track. Even though the price point may be tempting to use, you have to think about all the things that go into making that a usable system for suspension. So with a standard track from Liteline, whether it's their A-line or their Liteline branded track, from a 2 foot to a 12 foot. 2 foot maybe not so much for one part, but typically what's going to happen is when you suspend that track, you're going to have to mount it to something to keep it rigid. Otherwise, it's going to bow as you add track heads to it. So you're going to have not only you're going to have multiple points for suspension, or you're going to have to buy, say, a piece of strut and mount the track to that piece of strut to give it that rigidity, and then suspend it from the ceiling. And then what you don't have a very clean install. So you see the track, you see the piece of strut that's mounted to it, and then it's just not very clean. That's where the A-beam comes in. So the A-beam essentially is their standard track, but then it's mounted inside this nice rigid housing to keep it nice and solid. So what that means is from your 2 foot all the way up to your 12-foot length, you only require 2 points of suspension, one at each end, and you're good to go. Another great thing about that this is not specific to an A-beam style track head. You can still use any of Liteline's track heads in this system. As you can see here, it's available in white, black, and silver from a 2 foot all the way to a 12-foot length. If we hop over to the spec sheet here, you can see the size is only 2" by 2", so it's not very big. And you can kind of see in this picture how you have your standard 2-circuit or 2-wire track encased in this nice solid housing. And then what you end up with is a very clean, intentional looking install where it's all one piece. You don't have a piece of strut that's mounted to a piece of track. So yes, the track itself is probably twice the price of a standard track install, but you think about it in a suspension application, you can cut out the labor, you can cut out the strut, all these different things that take up time and add cost to the job. So even though the price point on this may be a little bit more, you're really saving in the long run on aesthetics as well as cost. So if we go down, you can see as well all of the accessories for this. So you have N connectors, straight connectors, L's, T's, X intersections, as well as mounting hardware for this. You can mount it to a JB. You can use this power run and the aircraft cable, but you can also use just anybody's aircraft cable to mount this. So there's multiple different ways that you can use this A-beam product for a suspended track application. Have any questions? Let me know, reach out to me, and I'll be happy to discuss the A-beam from Liteline with you. Until then, thanks and have a great day.